So, man, so many things I wanted to talk to you about. I'm going to throw in there about like actually your time on Canyon, if that's all right, because I think this
Oh
is
yeah,
super
yeah,
interesting because you were with Canyon
mhm,
for 6 years, which is a
yeah,
long time to be with a brand.
yeah, yeah.
Why do you think you stayed there so long, and what
Um,
was like the secret? Because I guess a lot of people always want to know like how you maintain that relationship with a sponsor. And
hmm, yeah.
you ever thought about it?
Just think why I stayed there so long. Yeah, I suppose I liked it.
Fair, yeah, it's fair. You know,
Yeah, good
United from
guys.
the outside looking in,
Yeah.
I feel like Canyon's a pretty corporate sort of company,
Mm.
and
Oh
then I'd
yeah,
say for you, you're a
yeah.
bit more. I think
Mm.
how to put this without sounding bad, like you
No,
suit
no.
more of like an orange sort of
Yeah,
vibe. You're a bit
yeah.
more like,
Well, I suppose that's they're sort of really corporate, but they're. I mean, the Germans are also like the most humorous
dude, yeah, I know a lot of
nation,
the guys
really,
from
in
Canyon
Europe.
really well.
Like,
I'm riding a Strive right now, and honestly,
yeah,
those guys are legit. Like
but
the guys from
they're
Canyon are
they're
awesome.
really good chat, aren't they?
Yeah,
So, and they're quite perceptive as well. So they could obviously see that they've got this hugely corporate image, and if they could get me on board and not turn me too corporate, then I could do something good for the company.
yeah,
Um, so that was like kind of their way of seeing it. And I had to remind them a few times not to make me too corporate. I
really, yeah,
was like, "Come on, guys," because I was really paranoid about that. Like, there's obviously the pros of being on a factory teams, all the support and all the wild levels of support really you
mm,
get from that type of thing. It's pretty impressive. But then you also lose a bit of your own identity, which I had never experienced before. So
mm,
I was kind of found this tough one to swallow. But then I just got into it and like blended both what I was doing and what they wanted me to do. And so yeah, I think actually as time went on, we just had a really good working relationship. Um, Larry, who was managing it, just
okay,
get good friends with him,
right,
and like I say, it's just really good. I
yeah,
ended up signing long contracts with them as well. So I did a 2 year contract at the start, and then after the first year, just did another 2 year, just
yeah.
why not? And
Why not?
then
Yeah,
before the third year was even up, I'd signed another 3 year contract. So it
right.
was like, yeah, it was kind of just pretty good.
Yeah, it's working, so why change it,
Yeah,
sort of thing.
yeah, exactly.
Mm,
And then it did change. Um, yeah, that was kind of quite mutual as well.
okay.
It was quite chilled when I stopped riding for them. Like I just had the vision of starting up this race team, um, and they sort of really appreciated that. But they already had a factory team, so
Right. Did you
it's like,
pitch to them first to be
yeah,
like
I
a
pitched
Canyon
to them,
team?
and I
Yeah.
nearly rode for them as a sort of privateer,
Okay.
so I could just kind of do my own thing a bit more, but not be on the factory team. And that nearly came off, but I don't know, I just sort of wanted to do this. So.
Yeah, dude, it's cool, man,
Um,
that you set up your own race team for sure.
Yeah, so it's
Super
just something I did.
big commitment though, right?
Yeah,
To step away from a factory team
yeah, yeah,
and do your own thing
yeah,
is it's a big old
hmm
commitment, right? Because I guess you
yeah,
could have just ridden out way more years for Canyon. They'd been happy, you'd be
yeah,
happy.
yeah, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. But then, yeah, I mean, 6 years is a long time as well. Um,
Yeah.
from doing something new. And then Orange is a huge company for me as well. Rode for them for years and years before Canyon. So, yeah,
Mm.
kind of only ridden two bikes,
Have you
but
really? Yeah.
yeah. Um, so yeah, that kind of Orange came fell into place really easily as well.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
How do you go
yeah.
about starting a race team then? I'm interested. I mean,
Uh,
I have some insights myself from doing certain things, but yeah, I'm
yeah,
no doubt people listening
yeah.
to this are gonna want to know, like, right, what do you start? How do you start that?
Um, well, it's a tricky one. I mean, like I was saying, Stu phoned me up on the road for Orange,
Hmm.
and then Jerome told Canyon to sponsor me essentially in a roundabout way.
Yeah.
So I'd never actually pitched myself to people properly.
Okay.
So that was quite a strange thing to be doing. Because you're like, where do you start? It's almost like if we don't know each other
Yeah.
already, then it's going to be brutal. It's like I'll make these videos. They're a little bit shit, but people kind of like them. So So it doesn't really work, does it? So I basically just um, if I knew the people already, then they were
Big
keen.
in, yeah, it's a big
So it's
invite for
like,
sure.
yeah,
Huge in.
so really hard to introduce yourself to somebody who doesn't know you at all. So
Yeah, I think
yeah, but
we are lucky as well in that it is a relatively small industry and that
yeah,
a lot, you'll know a lot of people just from being on the scene.
yeah,
But to come in and pitch something to someone you don't know
yeah.
is tough.
Yeah, and it's quite stressful as well. So
Mm,
um, yeah, just yeah. So putting the sponsors together was the first thing, and well, creating the vision was the first thing, and deciding if it was marketable, and then if you've got enough support to achieve what you want to achieve,
yeah,
or if you think you can get enough support. So that was the start, and I thought that was all possible. And then the support was just people I already knew, really.
okay,
So it's like Orange, Hope, went with Formula, who I didn't actually know, but that was a cool thing.
right,
So
yeah,
I've ridden for Rock Shops for years, but was going more of a UK vibe, and then One Up again, like guys in Canada, but they're really into the scene. One of the guys from Aberdeen, one's from England. So yeah, so the sponsors all came together pretty well.
mm,
And then it's just doing branding, really, isn't it? I mean, you'll know that. It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
if you get your branding right, then you've made it.
So how much goes into that side of it for you? Because the
Yeah,
brand, the Dudes of Hazard brand is,
yeah.
and the Hazard Racing brand is
Hazard Racing, yeah,
super strong.
yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know. I mean, the Dudes at Hazard was like from visually, it was just one logo that just ran the whole time,
Yeah,
and the brand was just through the video content. And I suppose I branded my van and always wore a red check cap, and I suppose it's just tricks, isn't there? I mean, I've not been taught anything, but you use a bit of common sense, and
yeah.
yeah, you can
It's
make
interesting that
things
you've
stick in
not
people's minds.
been taught anything. I'd say
Yeah.
because I don't know, you naturally seem quite good at marketing and branding, and
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. It's maybe a mixture between sort of creativity and common sense. I don't know. Like, so yeah, then starting Hazard Racing, just wanted to, yeah, well, that was one of the things actually. Endura came on, and like part of the plan with the team was to have custom jerseys, which I'd designed. So I do all the design of the jerseys, logos, content, animations,
yeah,
and try and make it like a package that sort of has a common theme.
yeah.
People can get behind. So yeah, doing that with Endura, and Orange can paint a bike any color they want. So yeah, you can just sort of try and I don't know,
How do you map
try,
it out?
try how
What's
you
your
want.
technique?
Uh,
Are you a vision board
oh,
kind of
lots,
dude, or a...
yeah, lots of bits of paper scattered everywhere. Definitely, yeah. Write everything down,
Okay.
and just faff about. Really, if you schedule time in your diary for faffing about and watching stupid videos and things like that,
100%.
then you can
I'm
draw
with
all
you
inspiration
100% on
from it.
that, dude. 100%. I
Yeah,
think creating that like space around you
yeah,
is one of the best things you can do for creativity. And
yeah,
just, I always think that, if I'm struggling with something, whether it's, podcast related or the business related or whatever,
yeah,
that just going out for a walk and just
yeah, yeah.
having space or a
Oh,
ride
it's
or
wild.
whatever,
I
you have
know.
your best ideas, you know.
Yeah, like the Dudes at Hazard stuff. At the time, I was like, well, like traveling loads on the factory team, and
Mm.
like almost every storyboard or little idea or I don't know, like connection in an edit always came about when I was on a flight.
Right. Yeah.
Because you don't have internet, you don't have anything. You're just on a flight with your notebook, your laptop with your tunes,
Yeah.
and it's just like having that time where you're like, yeah, can just put a little connection together here or there,
Mm.
and make stuff happen. So yeah, that was what I used to do back then. Was like, yes, the flight's coming up. I can come up with a good idea. And now I try and set out a bit of time already.
Yeah.
Spend a bit more time in my shed. And, yeah.
Definitely, I think it's something as well that you learn when you get a little bit older. I think, like, again, if we're, in a personal perspective, it was like if you're really busy, with
Yeah.
whatever travel or whatever, it means you're busy
Yeah.
and you're doing exciting stuff. But now I like wind
Yeah.
it back totally. It's like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to be less busy because then the good ideas come up and you just work on that.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
And that
Oh,
seems
that's
to
it.
be,
That's and that's lockdown as well for you, isn't
dude,
it?
100%,
That's
100%.
a
Having
lot of
that
people
time,
have
yeah.
used that to
Yeah.